Well, boys, it's the holidays. And what do the holidays mean? The holidays mean we're going to have to eat a turkey. Now, a couple things to talk about here. If you're watching this video, it means you're probably going to be deep frying a turkey this year. We've been deep frying turkeys for a long time. We like fried food. Obviously, that goes without saying. Now, one of the number one injuries that can happen to rednecks during the holidays is getting burned by the turkey fryer. This is a beautiful thing. There's no sense in having an injury here. We are going to keep you from getting hurt this year. We're going to show you the right way to make one of these turkeys. And this turkey, if you take this turkey and you do it the way I'm going to show you how to do it, and you take it to your mother-in-law's house and she bakes a turkey, and then you take a deep fried turkey, everybody's going to eat your turkey and they're going to throw rocks at her turkey, and then you're cut off from the family dinner. So you know, make sure if you're taking a turkey to somebody's house, you tell them not to bake a turkey because you don't want to show their turkey up. Women don't like that. Folks don't like that. So I'm gonna teach you how I've been doing it for a long time. I've been deep frying turkeys for a long time because turkeys are fairly cheap. You can deep fry one, and you know, you can use your money for other things. So first thing I want you to do, this is the most important thing to do for safety. I think the one thing that happens here is people overfill these pots, and when the oil is at 350 degrees, they go to put the turkey here, the oil splashes out, it goes down on the burner, then it catches fire, then you've got a humongous fire. First tip is always make sure that you fry your turkey outside or on a concrete surface or something of that nature. Never fry it on a deck where everything can go up and smoke and crap. Another tip is don't deep fry turkeys while you've had a few beers down your throat. Obviously, the holidays and the beers, they go hand in hand. You don't want to do that before you fry turkeys. That's how you're going to get hurt too. So back to the overflowing of the pot. So how do you keep from overflowing the pot? Well, most of these pots, you'll probably buy yourself a kit. The kit will come with all the tools that you'll need. You're going to need a thermometer for your oil. It's going to come with a rack for the turkey itself, and then it's going to come with a little handle for the rack, and you'll use that to lower the turkey down into the oil, okay? So obviously you're going to want to use all these utensils. Now, to keep from overflowing the pot, you want to do a test run. Oil is very expensive, and word on oil, make sure you use peanut oil because it's the best oil, I don't care what you say. So you want to do a test run. So these pots, most of the time outside the pot, they will say what the maximum fill line is and the maximum size bird that you can use. So this pot is maximum size bird 18 pounds. We've got a 12-pound bird today. We're just going to deep fry it and kind of pick on it here in the shop and show you guys what's going on here. So what I like to do is I like to fill my pot. Come on over here, Adam. We'll show them what we're doing here. I like to fill my pot up with water, and I'll fill it up to about my max fill line, okay? And then I take my turkey, before I season my turkey, I leave it in the wrapper, and what I'll do is I'll just take my turkey and I'll put it down in the water and just submerge it, okay? And so a couple things here. We want to make sure, number one, it doesn't overflow, and number two, that we've got the turkey completely submerged in the liquid. So now that's going to be our test run. That's going to tell us that we're not going to overflow our pot. If you don't do this, that's going to be your first step to getting your butt burnt and in the damn emergency room for the holidays, and nobody wants to do that. Second thing, propane leaks, okay? Now, if you're using a turkey fryer that one of your buddies at work gave you, and they give you the burner and stuff, and they haven't used it in 5 or 10 years, you put these in the barns, rats chew through them and whatnot. Best thing that you want to do is you want to check it for leaks, okay? So with your propane, and the word about propane, don't start your turkey frying until you make sure you've got 100% full tank, because nothing will make you madder is if you're frying your turkey and you run out of propane right in the middle of it, it chooches the whole operation. So we have a good full tank here. All right, what I like to do is I like to turn my gas on and turn my regulator off, and then I go around my regulator with a good soapy liquid, and I just spray it down, make sure I don't have any propane leaks. The reason why you want to make sure that you don't have any propane leaks, now I go down here to this connection too before the burner, and I kind of soak down my line, make sure that I don't see any bubbles come up. The reason why you don't want any propane leaks, because a propane leak plus fire equals explosion, and a pretty good sized propane cylinder will make a loud noise and a loud boom, and it will get you in a hospital. That's another thing. You don't want to burn your face off with a leaking propane. So squirt around your regulator here, make sure your regulator's not leaking. Around this connection right here at the tank, make sure that's not leaking. So that is the most of the safety tips. Okay, now we're gonna show you how we season the bird. Now we're gonna prep our turkey. Nobody marinates turkeys anymore. I don't even know what the deal is with this. When we first started out deep frying turkeys, that was what you had to do. You had to marinate them, you had to put your rub on it, and the turkey was amazing. Now everybody's just deep frying turkeys, deep fry a turkey to say that they deep fried a turkey. You know what I mean? That's fine, all fine and good, but you're missing the whole point of it. We got to make this thing amazing. So, all right, so we're gonna marinate it now. We're gonna put a rub on it. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now, we're not sponsored by any companies. Nobody's sponsoring Thoroughbred deep fried no dadgum turkey. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, if you ain't using Tony's Asheray Creole butter, you might as well just be, you know, wasting your time here. We use Tony's rub too. Tony, good Louisiana man, duck hunter. So we're going to, when you buy your marinade, it comes with an injector for injecting your marinade. That all comes in one kit. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to marinate the turkey. So we got to prep our little syringe here for the marinade. You got to make sure you got to keep that good and clean there. That's how you do that. All right, so you assemble your little choocher there. Now you got to get your marinade bottle opened up, and on your marinade you got to shake that up good because all the good stuff is in the bottom of the bottle. All right, and they make this thing harder to get in Fort Knox just in case you want to go to the Walmart and steal a little bit of turkey marinade from them. All right, so we're going to fill up our vial here. 1 bottle per turkey. I use the whole daggone bottle. I don't care how big the turkey is. Let's just start going through it in random places and putting your marinade in there. Now, as I'm pushing the marinade in, make sure you got good penetration. As I'm putting the marinade in the turkey, I am pulling it out, and that gets me a good even coating of marinade in the meat. And I put the marinade in everything. I put it in the white meat, put it in the dark meat, the leg, the back, the neck. I don't fry the neck. When we get ready for frying, we take obviously the neck and the giblet bag and the frying button. You want to make, or your bacon button. You want to make sure you take that bacon button out, and the little oyster on the back of the turkey there. They got a little plastic thing. You want to make sure you get that off the turkey. You just want the turkey to go in the fryer, nothing else. Take your giblets and your neck and put them on your trot line this summer, or make a gravy out of them. I don't care what you do with your giblets, but trot line is a whole lot funner than making a gravy out of them, that's for sure. So I'm going to get everything nice and marinated here. The wings, the legs, which is Uncle Charlie's favorite piece of the turkey, and the dogs too. I'm just going to get it all over. Now, you got your marinade in. All right, so now you just want to put your rub on your turkey, get it everywhere. Now don't, you know, this has got salt in it, so it can be a little bit overpowering. You just want to make sure that you get it everywhere, because the skin is my favorite part of it. So I put the rub everywhere. I even try to. Okay, now we got our dry rub on the turkey. We're gonna put the turkey in the refrigerator for 24 hours. We're gonna leave it in there for a full 24 hours, let all that goodness get in there and soak in, and then we are going to fry. So now it's time to fill our fryer up with oil. You wanna do this, obviously, with the burner off, just in case you spill some. So in the stores, they sell these cartons that are already ready, 3 gallons of oil. Like I said, I like to use peanut oil. You know, we know where we need to fill our jug for it to cover our whole turkey. And I've got a little bit later. Now, I can't tell you how much oil it's going to take for your turkey. Every fryer is different and every size turkey is going to be different. But this 3 gallons right here is probably going to just about get us there. Another little bit of oil we had here in reserve. And yes, when your oil gets cold, it will be a different consistency as room temperature oil, so don't freak out on me in the comment section of the video here. Oil is reusable, and I suggest if your oil is not smoking, you just do 1 turkey in it and you try to filter it out and reuse it. Trust me, your wallet will thank you. So now I've got my oil level where I want it. I'm going to light the burner. So these little setups have got regulators on them. So you just open up your gas valve, turn the gas on until I hear gas. Watch yourself. All right. Then I want to set my burner on. Now, a couple of tips here. Your cooking temperature is going to be 350 degrees. So I'm going to turn this on until I get a pretty good roll there. And mine is actually set up to where it's got a hole in my lid for your thermostat. Now, I like to just keep a lid on it, especially if you've got something wrong. And we're just joking and having a good time here. But you need to keep kids away from this. If you're out here, when you turn this thing on, you need to keep your kids away. Stay out here with the fire. Make sure no youngins run into this, knock it over, and get somebody hurt. So we're gonna bring this up to 350 degrees. We're gonna put our turkey on the rack and show you how to do that. Give you a couple tips. Now, before we go any farther, I'm going to give you the #1 biggest safety concern that you need to keep in your mind other than keeping your youngins away from this burner. And I've wrote it down here on a piece of paper here, and I'm just gonna let you look at it for just a minute. Kind of soak that in, okay? Do not fry a frozen turkey. Now, you've heard the old adage that oil and water don't mix. That don't have anything to do with this, okay? But literally, you don't want to put a frozen turkey in hot oil because it's going to go boom. I mean, it's going to go boom, it's going to go all over you, and you're on your way to the hospital, no problem. So you need to have your turkey needs to be completely thawed, and you need to do everything you can to try to get as much water out of it as you can, i.e. if you rinse it off, make sure you kind of pat it down and let all the water run out of it. So remember, I don't know if it's upside down or right side up. Yeah, don't put a frozen turkey in the oil. Okay, so our oil has reached 350 degrees. Now we've turned our fire down to where she's just barely rolling, so we're just holding that 350 degrees right now. So we're gonna go ahead and take our lid off, and now it is time to put the turkey in the oil. So the first thing that you've got to do is you've got to get your turkey set up here on your frying rack. So grab your bird by his legs there, stick that right through his neck, where it comes out like that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and drop this in the oil. You need some personal protective equipment here, or PPE. I definitely suggest to do this in long sleeves for sure, because this can splash up and burn you, and you want to have some sort of eye protection on. I'm kind of winging it, so the welder was over here. I'm going to use this for my eye protection when I let the bird down. Now, you want to make sure that you put the bird in slowly, because there is going to be some residual moisture in this bird, so it's going to burn off. This is going to get pretty violent. This is where another part where some people screw this up. They freak out and everything starts frying and bubbling and all the goodness is coming up, and they freak out and they drop the damn bird in the oil, and the oil splashes out and you got another fire on your hands. A lot of tendencies to have fires here. So let's put our bird in the oil, 350 degrees. We're gonna cook this 3.5 minutes per pound. I'll go over there a little bit with you right now, or in a second. You know what I'm saying. So let's get the bird in. So I'm gonna ease it down into the oil real easily. Let it cook. As you're putting it down in the oil, Don't put it down too fast. If it's rolling real hard, there's still a lot of moisture in the bird. I'll lift it back up. And we're just trying to get it down on the bottom. So we got her down on the bottom, get our hook out, get out of its way. So we got everything down. The turkey is in. I'm gonna put my glasses back on so I can see what I'm doing so I don't run into my damn self here. Now, we're gonna put our thermometer in because we wanna maintain 350 degrees cooking temperature. And what I do is when you put your turkey in, obviously your temperature is going to go way down. I don't crank my heat back up and try to get it back to 350 right out of the gate. I'll let it come back up on its own. I'm not going to try to force it. I'm not going to force it. Let me put my thermometer in here. Okay, so that thermometer is going to tell me what my cooking temperature is right now. So after I put the bird in, you can see we lost a little bit of temperature there. So again, I'm not going to force my temperature. I'm going to let it come back up on its own naturally. Okay. So now let's talk about your cooking times. We got your bird in. Before you unwrap your bird, you want to make sure you pay attention to how much your bird weighs. So this bird weighed 12.1 pounds. Now you cook this at 350 degrees at 3.5 minutes per pound. That's going to get you to 165 degree internal temperature of the bird. We're going to show you that. So this bird is 12.1 pounds. I'm going to round that up to 12.5. That gets you 43 3/4 minutes of cooking time. I'll round it up to 44. So we're going to let this bird cook at 350 degrees. Once it reaches 350 degrees, we're going to let it cook for 44 minutes. And we're going to take it out, slice it up, and show you. Now you can see the splatter that came out of this, and I let the bird down really, really easy. You're going to have a little bit of splatter here. That's why you want to make sure that you don't do this in your house or on a wood deck or anything like that. You want to make sure you do it on a surface that you don't mind to get a little bit of oil on. So there we go, 44 minutes, then we got some golden goodness we're going to show you. All right, it's been 44 minutes. It's time to take our bird out of the oil. So you always want to make sure you use your hook, put gloves on, have eye protection too. You want to make sure that you take your thermometer off before you go to digging it out of there. Hold on to your hook and go ahead and pull the turkey out. Now when it comes out, the skin's going to be dark, but that is the seasoning that cooked onto the skin, so you haven't burnt your turkey as long as you follow the time frame that you're supposed to have fried it. Try to let a little bit of the oil run off there. You're not going to get it all, but you can get close anyway. I'm going to transfer over the cutting board, which here at Thoroughbred, the cutting board is a box, a new box. We'll just go ahead and take the ring out. Make sure you're wearing gloves, obviously, when you do that. And that's it. There is our beautimous bird, fresh out of the fryer. So you want to turn your fryer off now. Cut the gas back. We'll just leave the lid off of it. You want to fry with your lid off as well, obviously for safety reasons. You want to fry with your lid off. We'll leave the lid off now so it can cool down on its own there. So now, normally I let it sit for just a second, but since we're doing a video here, we'll go ahead and cut us off a nice slice. See that wing right there? Oh, internal temperature, 165 degrees, what I like to look for. So I'll put it right here in the breast. Check it, make sure we're good. It's actually going to be about 180, so we know that bird's cooked. And you want to make sure that you get any kind of poultry, obviously cooked all the way through. Ain't like red meat, boys. You can't eat poultry rare. So you can see the juices flowing out over there. There's a couple slices. Give Adam a little slice here. We'll let Adam try it. Of course, it's raging hot.
Raging delicious.
But even raging hot, it's still amazing. This is the only way to cook a turkey. You can bake a turkey however you want to. No disrespect to anybody's family recipe. I'm sure there's some delicious turkeys out there. I've eaten some delicious baked turkeys. But less than an hour, you got a turkey completely done. You don't have to get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and rollers in your hair. Have your husband do this. Fry you a turkey, or you fry the turkey. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. And there's so much safety stuff I probably didn't go over. Just use common sense. Don't do anything stupid. Don't mix any water with oil. Lower your turkey slowly. Check your tank for leaks. Make sure you're not overflowing oil. Also, wear shoes. Don't put your bird in barefoot or in flip-flops, because you'll burn your little toes off. Make sure that you've got it on a board or something like that, or something you don't mind for oil splatter to get to. So try to create, contain your heat. There's just so much safe stuff. So there you go. There's a turkey. Come to Thoroughbred. Help me and Adam eat this one, because this one's just absolutely amazing. You can do turkey. You can do chicken the same way. You deep fry a chicken, like a whole chicken like this, and you talk about taking it to the whole nother level. People will just be, this right here would make a rabbit hug a ham. So happy Thanksgiving. If you're watching this at Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you're watching this at Easter and you're gonna fry a turkey, Happy Easter. If you got a question on frying a turkey or diesel parts, give us a call. Thanks.